Okay, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoyim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say, the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Awaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I'm driving right now, so I'll be roughly paraphrasing scriptures, but it kind of dawned on me, because I'm at the plantation right now, and people be using the microwaves and shit like that, like I don't eat at work, so it don't make me no difference anyway. But I can remember this guy. He was Northern Kingdom, and as you can see, this guy right here on the screen, you can tell that guy got demons all on him. This is from GMS KC Prophets 3 out in Kansas City. And the elder was going into this video, and I couldn't really watch it because it was so fucking disgusting. But as you can see, Jake sitting there just eating all this raw ass food, which is more than likely gonna fuck him up in the long run. But you can clearly see, anybody with tattoos all over their damn head and face, and that's something different. Because first off, we're not to have tattoos. This guy's breaking so many laws, and this is what you can consider to be iniquity upon iniquity, or sin upon sin. Iniquity, man. Because we're not to eat, bloody blood, fat. That's scriptural. Again, we're not supposed to have tattoos. That goes against the law. But our people are so caught up in Esau's world where they're just done, man. And that's like when the scripture says, train up a child in the way they should go. And when they are, basically older, they will not forget it, roughly paraphrasing. This is why Esau wants such control over your children. He wants to push his curriculum and his way of life. He wants to indoctrinate our children. And as a nation of people, we're like, Jacob that worm. We're powerless to actually say no. We don't want you even fucking with our children. We don't have no power. We literally have to send our children to this man to learn all his bullshit. And so I was kicking it with a guy. He lived in the back of me, on the back block of me. And he was a chef, younger Jake. Matter of fact, he kind of looked like this motherfucker here. But anyway, he was trying to argue me up and down about how the steak should be bloody. I'm like, no, that's how they taught you in culinary school, because that's Esau's system. That's the way that he wants his steaks cooked. And his wife was actually agreeing with me. She was like, I keep trying to tell him, like, you're not supposed to be eating no blood. Something she was saying like that, but she was basically agreeing with what I was saying. I said, well, because he's learned that the proper way to cook a steak is with the blood still pretty much in the center, that pinkish looking fucking look. Like, nah, cuz I like my shit well done. I don't want to see that. That shit coming back to you if I see some pink in it. You see? But it just, reminded me of this guy. He was Northern Kingdom. Used to work with him. And one day he came into the cafeteria. He had a big-ass bowl. I'm talking about a big-ass bowl. He about to stuff in the microwave. I'm not knowing what it is, but this motherfucker had a big-ass bowl of pig blood. It was just blood. It wasn't nothing in it. It wasn't no, like, how, like, in, a soup, you got, something in it, some damn vegetables, some diced up chicken or some, something in that shit. That shit was just a straight fucking big-ass bowl of blood. Now, this was before I came into the truth, and I knew back then, like, that shit wasn't right. I'm like, God damn, you gonna eat that shit? Man, he was slurping that shit back. But he was like, I'm trying to think where he was from. He was Northern Kingdom, though. But, it dawned on me, like, okay, well, this is, their custom, and this is the way that he grew up, and he was taught this as a child. So he carried it on as an adult, and he's going to teach his children that same shit. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, his son worked there too. He was a flaming sodomite. I'm talking about a super duper flaming sodomite. And even better, like I said, back then, I knew none of that shit is right. You motherfuckers stay the fuck away from me. But anyway, the guy had the big ass bowl of blood in the damn microwave. He didn't even have the shit covered. So blood splattered all in the damn microwave. I'm like, man, I'm never using that motherfucker. But it was just disgusting, man, the way that he was just, slurping on that shit. And he was looking at me like something was wrong with me. You've never eaten blood, like, I'm the you know, the weirdo, you know. You're like, he was surprised. Like, no, we don't eat fucking blood, bro. Why the fuck would I want to eat some goddamn blood? You know? We're not supposed to, you know, we had a process in the ancient days of, you know, removing blood and stuff like that from our meats. And we didn't eat meat like that, super duper like that. Because, you know, mainly our diet was a lot more fish and, you know, bread, you know, so to speak, and real bread, not this bullshit that don't mold today. You know, but our diet was a lot better. But the Lord, he told us specifically things to do and what not to do when he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments when it came to these other nations of people. Because that's the reason why, you know, these other nations was pretty much, you know, being spewed or being kicked out of the land. Because, you know, a lot of this shit is some Egyptian customs, you know, just Edomite shit in general. You know, Esau don't, you know, they go totally against the scriptures. And then you have to realize too how Esau got that secondary name, Edom, you know, that red. And you know they'll get down on some bloody ass meat. You know, and pretty much I've never seen a Jake do no shit like this. All the videos I've ever seen is of Edomites basically eating shit like this. And other than that, you know, I've never even seen these Moabites eating shit like that. Even though, you know, they'll eat cat, rat, dog, bat, whatever the hell. You know, these so-called Chinese people, I've never even seen, but I'm sure they probably would slurp down some damn blood. But anyway, this is disgusting, man. And this is the reason why, one of the reasons why the Lord got to do away with 2/3 of our people. And, you know, Jake be wanting attention too. So, because a lot of this shit be clickbait. Jake, you know, they you know, and you know people in the comment boards going ape shit crazy on his ass. But this is disgusting, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my dad, because he's got this ground, like this, whatever this is. I'm assuming it's just ground chunk or whatever. But my dad was telling me about this Edomite that he used to work with, and said how his the guy would always complain about his wife when she would make, you know, like spaghetti or lasagna and stuff like that, because he was like, by the time she done got everything prepared, all the damn meat is gone, because she's eating the fucking meat raw. She's standing at the stove. You know how you may be cooking something, you may be preparing something, and you're kind of snacking on the little vegetables and little shit like that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that you're cutting up and chopping up. Basically, she was eating all the fucking ground chunk before she could get the shit into the fucking meal. So, you know, that was one thing that stuck with me, like, damn, for real? You know, my dad was telling me about this Edomite that he worked with and shit. Said she came from a family of motherfuckers that would eat raw meat. You know? So, and this is who you're dealing with, man. You're dealing with Esau. You're dealing with this man's kingdom, and it's a nasty place. Not supposed to be eating this shit, man. But Esau, again, you know, he's the butcher, man. He'll go out and tear shit like this up. It's nothing for him to eat stuff like this raw, man. That's how you can tell a spirit of a Jake and a spirit of a heathen, man. Because generally, this guy might be a tear. He might be a tear. He could be a brown-skinned Edomite. Because Jake don't normally get down like this. Because you got Edomites that look like this guy. Because when you look at his face and look at his fucking hand. Look at the difference in the skin color of his hand. Look like that mother. Look like something going on with his ass. That his shit look like a damn chimpanzee. Right? But like I said, I was trying to watch this shit, man, but I could not watch. I had to turn my face away every time, you know, he got to eating on this shit. But if you want to check this video out, it's eats raw meat and brains, shaking my head. We gotta be delivered from here. Yep, we gotta be delivered from ninjas, man, from niggas. That's why the scriptures talks about envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. And Jake want to be a damn Edomite so fucking bad, but this guy might be a terror. I'm just going to just put it plain. And what a terror is basically like someone that looks like they're a so-called black person, and they're really a heathen of another nation, because your seed line goes through your dad. So whatever your dad is, that's exactly what you are. So this guy could easily have a white dad, and his mom could be so-called black. And that would make him a damn Edomite. Because this is Edomite activity right here. And flood behavior. You know? Just like the days of Noah, man. Just like the days of Lot. The Lord is coming to, get down on this place, man. Because it's so fucking wicked. Imagine this dude having kids. What the fuck you think is gonna, his generation having kids, and then them kids having kids? What you think is gonna come out of that? Nothing's good is gonna come out of that, man. Right? So I seen this, man, and like I said again, this is why Esau, he wants the handle on our children. Because he can indoctrinate them and teach them the shit that he wants. That's the reason why our kids is fucked all up. Mainly because he done took over Eve. He done took over the households, and got rid of the man, because he understands that the man is the original teacher in the home, because he teaches the woman teaches the children, and the cycle continues. But now he's got an emotional ass woman out here that's just trying to handle everything, and they out here through too. Like, I'm looking at Eve right now trying to deliver some big ass packages for FedEx. I just seen 2 Eves in a damn Edomite city too. I'm passing through 2 young Eves. They out on the motherfucking park bench, homeless, bro, out there with blankets and shit. You know what I'm saying? With all their damn bags, trying to sleep on the damn bench at a busy ass stoplight. And I'm thinking like, well, damn it. But that's Eve. Eve is falling right along with Esau. She's being exposed just like his ass is being exposed. I'm just looking at them like, damn, 2 Eves. I'm like, it kind of surprised me because of the city that they, these Edomites, man, and they don't give a fuck neither. But anyway, just wanted to touch on this, man. It just, just show where we're at, man. Because this is a part of that 2 Timothy chapter 3, where it talks about in the end days, perilous times shall come. Difficult times, man. It's about to be some difficult times in these days. And it gives you a list of the way that the people will be acting like. And people bug the fuck all out, man, these days, man. That's why it's so important to pray and ask H.I.M to cover you, man, when you out and about. Because a person can wig out and crash out at any fucking moment, man. Just like that. Everything can be calm and shit. Then all of a sudden. So again, we always, with that scripture that talks about getting up B time, or getting up early, handling your business, and getting home without delay, be not the last. That's what you should be doing, man. You got to do some shopping. Try and get up early and do all your shit. And be in your house before them damn street lights come on. It's crazy, because that's what we used to do when we was kids. You got to do that shit as an adult. Be in the house when them street lights come on, man. Because people out here crazy as all hell, man. And you got some people that's out here at ease. Don't get me wrong. It's still, because it's a lot of women that's out here at ease. Like, I'm riding right now, and I'm just, they just out and about. Not a care in the world. Everything is being catered to them, but it's all switching. It's all changing up. That was just a switch in the spirit, but it just kind of made me think of that. This shit made me think of that damn Northern Kingdom slurping on that big ass bowl of blood. Like, I'm looking at this motherfucker like, you nasty mother. But that was back before, I even knew about Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, Israelite. I just thought like, y'all some disgusting ass people, wherever you come from. That's the way I was looking at it. But anyway, hey man, we almost out of here. And you can clearly see it. This right here is flood behavior. Look at this dude. This is flood behavior, man. But again, if you want to watch the video, go to the elder GMS KC Prophets 3. That's Kansas City camp. The elder out there, he was going into it. And and subscribe and be edified, because he goes into just all of GMS. They're definitely on some edification for the people, man, for the newcomers, the ones that's already in this truth, been in this truth for decades. You can learn every day. You can still grow. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Bible Ball.